Now, they may have one, maybe two plans, like a plan A, plan B, but they're not really in a position that if somebody questioned them, they would be 100% willing to defend those plans. Now, it's one thing to make a statement and say, I am confident, I know they'll work or whatever, but here's the one thing is I think it's a good way to really know when it happens real time is to put it to the test. Hey, Sean Martin, Director of Business Engagement. So we're in a place where we may have another lockdown for the COVID-19 stuff, right? At this point, we should probably have it down, right? We know how to quickly move our personnel into remote locations, the people that we can. We know what type of business we're going to be doing during this time. We know what we're going to be able to get done and what we're not going to be able to get done. Now, even in the face of uncertainty, it's probably a good time to those things that we couldn't get done, either try to work those out of our day-to-day operations somehow if it's not going to be a permanent thing, or figure out a different way to do things. I feel pretty confident with what our disaster response plans look like. I feel like they're, I have a good team that has worked on it. We've looked at 1,000 different scenarios, it seems like. And we said, what are we going to do in this case? What are we going to do in that case? How are we going to move this? How are we going to move that? How are we going to change the way we do business? But I'll tell you one thing that's come up that I think that a lot of businesses haven't really did a lot of thinking about. And I can tell by talking with different companies out there when we've talked about this whole COVID experience, right? And what it is we feel confident now that we have good plans in place. We've done it. We have some experience with it. They're working. This will work. That won't work. And this is how we're going to kind of move through that process of jumping to this different way of doing business. So now they may have one, maybe two plans, like a plan A, plan B, but they're not really in a position that if somebody questioned them, they would be 100% willing to defend those plans. Now, it's one thing to make a statement and say, I am confident, I know they'll work or whatever, but here's the one thing is I think it's a good way to really know when it happens real time is to put it to the test. So what I'm going to do when it comes to accounts receivable, that's what we do. So we do billing and debt collections, loan servicing, that sort of thing. When it comes to that, I'm inviting people to call me, give me 5 different scenarios, and ask me what I would do. Okay, now you might catch me in a spot where I don't know what to do in that particular case, but what it's going to do is it's going to tell me that I need to find out. I need to have that discussion with my team. Now, it also puts you in a position where you know who I am, you know what we do, you know how we're going to respond. You should ask questions like, how long is it going to take to get me onboarded if I have to switch like a vendor or something with you? What would that take? Come up with a list of questions you think are the most important. If you need help with those questions, call and let's kind of hammer it out. Let's figure out what are the best questions. Because I'll tell you, you and us are very different than the next company. We have a lot of things in common. We do a lot of things that our peers do from business to business to business, but there's a lot of things that are unique to us as well. So it's not going to be a waste of your time to have that sort of a conversation. In fact, if something like this happens again, like if we have a pandemic, we have a natural disaster of some sort, and we have to make a transition, then what's going to happen? We're going to cover all of our bases in all sorts of different scenarios. Our training for that is going to be top notch. So if you want to have those conversations, I'm very interested in that. Give me a call, send me an email. Take care of yourself. Don't take any unnecessary risk, and I hope to talk with some of you soon. Hello, Sean Martin, Director of Business Engagement. So if you like this video, be sure to follow us on LinkedIn and YouTube. But don't forget to visit our website, check out the services we have to offer. Essentially, Partners Financial Services is a full-service accounts receivable management firm. So we specialize in billing, loan servicing, and debt collections. Some of the industries that we serve are the education industry, everything from a proprietary school all the way up to a college, university, higher educational level. Also banking, financial institutions, credit unions, and then a handful of miscellaneous industries that we do some debt collections for. So yeah, give us a call, send us an email, let us know what you have in mind, and we can see if our services can line up with your objectives and help you get in a better place than you are today.